Much, Delegate, and thank you very much to all the team for the opportunity of introducing the life sciences and healthcare ecosystem in Catalonia. Also, hi to my colleagues in the ecosystem. We are a very connected ecosystem, so we know very well each other, and we hope to provide the best opportunity for the companies that are interested in visiting us and give a glimpse of what we have here in Catalonia. If I'm allowed, I'd like to share some slides with you. I promise to keep it like very focused on the subject. First, I'd like to explain you a little bit what is the Biocat organization, what we do, and the ecosystem for which we work with all the partners. Can you see my screen properly?
Yes.
Because I see it with many different things on top, but I guess it's correct. So what I like to say first is, so I think it's not working. Let's see if I can just move forward. Yeah. So first tell you that Biocat has been since 2006 promoting this ecosystem that was initially seen as a promising territory for life sciences, but it's been growing a lot in the last years. So we have in our board of trustees the administration, the main partners, the main associations of companies with the focus of seeing what happens in the ecosystem, what the ecosystem needs, and what we can provide in terms of programs, projects. So of course, what we are doing today here is perfectly fitting our best interest on providing opportunities for our stakeholders, but connecting them internationally as well. So what we do is accelerate, promote, and connect. And pretty much like many cluster-like organizations or ecosystem umbrella organizations that are also working in Germany, and we have many connections as well. We work with them. We work for the whole ecosystem. It means research and academia, research centers, etc. All the entrepreneurship landscape, the companies, the associations. CataloniaBio and HealthTech is a good partner of Biocat from the very beginning, and we work pretty much all together in many of the programs that we run. Society and policymakers as a whole, healthcare, hospitals, all the institutions that provide the healthcare for the population, but also from the innovative perspective. And the international sphere for us is key to connect our ecosystem internationally. And we do that by being in many places where the decisions are taken. So the agents supporting the life science and healthcare sector here in Catalonia are universities, university hospitals, research institutes. This is a diverse ecosystem of more than 1,500 companies and research organizations, etc., and other players, of course. This ecosystem is rich, collaborative, and diverse, and you have everything at walking distance. It's about 85 to 90% of that happens in Barcelona, but not only in Barcelona. We have three more large cities in Catalonia that also have research organizations that are quite relevant also in the research and innovation scene. But many of those things are located actually in Barcelona. And we're very glad to welcome you here and see if we can connect you to all those ecosystems that are here in the region. We do that also from a perspective of connecting everybody, but for a purpose. For example, adoption of innovation. You in Germany are way ahead of other parts of Europe on that regard. The adoption of innovation with your DIGA or with your strategy for digital health, for example. But we are trying actually to mimic something that you are doing there by connecting all the pieces together to be able to adopt this innovation, to bring the knowledge to the patients and to the market. And here you see an example on how an ecosystem works, connecting all the training people, spin-off startups, science parks, etc. in Catalonia. One also piece of collaboration that we value very much in all the, most of the colleagues that we are here today, for example, CataloniaBio and HealthTech, Axio also, and a couple of associations of companies, Pharma Industria, which is for pharma companies, FENIN for medical technologies companies. And Axio, of course, is the bioregion report. This is a landscape of what happens in Catalonia, life sciences and health tech. And we'd be glad to provide you with the with the link to visit this report. The presentation of the report, it was in February this year. It's an annual report, gathered like 600 people of the sector. So it's really a big event for us. And some of these people would for sure be your visits when you come to Barcelona. Those are entrepreneurs, those are policymakers, those are quadruple helix in a whole. That is the landscape of what we have in Catalonia. We have about 1,500, like I said, companies plus research organizations. This is a biotech pharma initially ecosystem, but it's growing on digital health and medtech. It has, of course, the share of suppliers and professionals and investors, which are also growing here, the specialized investors in the region, but also research centers of excellence covering different areas, universities, etc. So this interesting ecosystem we want to share with you that reached a record funding last year of 450 million euros investment raised, most of it from venture capital. And then also, this is a vision of what we have in terms of international connections of our investors with firms that are around the globe, not only in Europe and in the US, but also in Asia and Canada and other regions. This has been some of the top VCs that have been operating in Catalonia in the last years. And also something I'm just sharing with you, the strengths of the region. For example, if you go to Europe, from other regions in the world to do your clinical trials, you choose France in first place or Spain in second, but 75% of the clinical trials that are happening in Spain happen in Catalonia. So this is quite a capability of attracting, and now Catalonia is ranking 6th in the world in clinical trials for oncology, for example. So this is strength clearly in our ecosystem. Also because we have our own pipeline of molecules that are being developed. Biocat also gathers this portfolio of what happens in phase 1, 2, 3, in different stages in development of not only molecules for therapies, but also we are working on digital health and in other life sciences and health technologies to provide opportunities for our companies. So we can also connect you to these different providers of technologies or these different developers of technologies in Catalonia. This pipeline is increasing, they're advancing the market, and we're very proud of what's happening here in the region. Also, let me share with you that we've been growing huge on digital health startups as well. And I don't know to which extent you are able to see that detail here, but this is the map of the digital health, what is happening in the bioregion. Diagnostics, digital therapeutics, treatment, prevention, etc. Those are the companies that are growing here and that are attracting a lot of investment as well. But also, you know that Europe, the European Union is really, really committed to deep tech. So also we are growing in deep tech companies working on transforming technologies here in Catalonia, like artificial intelligence or computer vision, advanced augmented reality, virtual reality, etc. Digital therapeutics, like I said, this is the landscape of what's happening in these different deep tech in general in Catalonia. It's a hub that attracts funding for startups. Barcelona is 4th as a EU tech hub, and this is the figure. Those figures actually are from Catalonia Startup Hub and from Axio as well. They provide these figures. 1,900 startups are run here in Catalonia. The 9th most invested city in digital health in Europe. That is also a strength in the region. And it's really well connected and really attractive for startup founders. Financial Times said for several years that this is the best region to invest in for investment. And we run translational research, etc. So those are new developments in the region to be seen in the next year probably, and that you probably will be able to visit some of them. Biocat connects also our stakeholders to current partners in Europe or across Europe, many of them in Germany. We have several partners in Germany, we're glad about that. Also across the globe. And I like very much to share with you that Catalonia works with Germany in the EU funds. This is a top country for us in this moment, Germany, and these are the organizations that are working with Catalonia in the life sciences. Not only life sciences, but 50% of that is life sciences in our organizations. And this is representing the different regions in Germany that are most working with Catalonia at this extent. So I'm very happy to share with you more of this information, and anything that you want to know further, very happy to assist you in everything. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Montse. I would like now hand over to Marja Huiskamp. She's the Chief Communication Officer at Barcelona Health Hub. Welcome, Marja.
Thank you, Marie. And thank you, Montse, for the great presentation. I think you did a great job in explaining all the factors in the ecosystem that we are seeing today. Well, my name is Marja Huiskamp. Marie, very nice try to pronounce my last name. I know it's very difficult. I know. I'm the Chief Communications Officer at Barcelona Health Hub, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about Barcelona Health Hub. So let me share my screen with you, and then you can see a little bit more. So, Barcelona Health Hub. Let's start by why we are here. At the moment, as we probably all know, healthcare is facing the perfect storm. This shouldn't be a surprise to all of you, but the cost of healthcare is growing over GDP. There's a general aging problem, and there's a lack of physicians and nurses everywhere. Because this problem is not only here in Barcelona, not even in Spain, it's not even in Germany, it's happening everywhere. And digital health can actually help to transform the healthcare system, and digital health can help to make healthcare more sustainable, scalable, and inclusive. So this is why Barcelona Health Hub was formed, and the whole point of Barcelona Health Hub is to, I just skipped a slide, to advance innovation in digital health. And that innovation is not done by us. Barcelona Health Hub does not develop or produce or basically does anything in the field of innovation, but it's done by the members. At the moment, we connect more than 400 different companies that all work in several fields of healthcare and especially in digital health. And of those 400 members, about 260 more or less by now are startups, and startups that they're working in all kinds of fields. Imagine clinical trials or mental health or artificial intelligence, robotics, basically name it. And we probably have some member working in that field. But a startup cannot do this alone. Nobody can do this alone. We need each other. And this is why the importance of ecosystems comes into place. This is why we are here today. At the moment, apart from those 260 startups by now, Barcelona Health Hub also connects big pharma, insurances, universities, hospitals, investors, basically everybody who does something in digital health. And we try to connect them, all those different stakeholders, under the umbrella of Barcelona Health Hub. And where are we located? We're actually located in a really cool place. It's called the Recinto Modernista de São Paulo. If you're coming here in June, I can assure you, you're going to like this. It's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so you can also tick that off your list of things to do in Barcelona. It used to be a former hospital for more than 100 years, and now it's open for tourists, but also open for business. So we are located in 3 different pavilions. It's like those purple blobs on the map, and it's part of the impressive health ecosystem of São Paulo, because apart from Barcelona Health Hub, in that same complex is also located the new hospital of São Paulo, a research institute, some foundations, and the university. So it's basically right in the middle of everything. Barcelona Health Hub is also recognized as one of the top digital health organizations. And why is it relevant? It's really, really simple. Basically, name it, and we probably have some solution for you. Because by now, the ecosystems in Barcelona in general and in Barcelona Health Hub as well, we have grown so much that basically whatever challenge comes in our way, we can solve it. If you want a startup with working on mental problem, well, I have it for you. You're looking for some kind of a platform that connects patients. Well, we can give that to you. So the bigger makes us more relevant. And this is also why we, at least at the long run, we would try to be the largest digital health hub in Europe. We're well on our way, so that's not really the problem, but more in this case, it's better to have more than less. The 4 key pillars of Barcelona HealthTech is basically this, and I would like to put a little bit focus on the first one, the technological transference, because you can have the best idea, the best technology or the best platform in the world, but if it's sitting collecting dust on a shelf somewhere on the kitchen table, we're not going anywhere. So it's really important that we try to get great ideas, great innovations, fantastic projects, actually from research to reality, to make sure that those great innovations actually goes to the patients, to physicians, or whatever is the client of that great innovation. So this is why we, Barcelona HealthTech, we created a center of clinical validations together with the São Paulo hospital. It's basically because a lot of digital health solutions need clinical validations. And since that process until now takes about 3 years, that's just way too slow. I mean, 3 years is the average lifespan of a startup. So this is not really working. So that's why we created this network of hospitals that can clinically validate a digital health solution in record time. And this is all with the mean of getting that innovation to the patients, to reality. Another thing I would like to mention at this point, because it might be interesting for those interested in this field, is the Health Revolution Congress. It's an event that's coming up in May 17th. It's also accessible online. If you want to know what's going on here in Barcelona in terms of tendencies in digital health, in healthcare in general, the transformation that is going on, this might be a great opportunity to tune in as well, because online everything is possible. And that was not me talking, but hey. So basically, this is the short version. I can tell you way more about Barcelona HealthTech. I would happy to do so. So if you want to connect, please feel free to reach out. My email is here at the back. Happy to connect and to help whatever questions may arise later on.
Marja, thank you so much. Yeah, I think São Paulo really is a trip worth, because not only the site, but the content, not only the container, but also the content, as you just mentioned. Juan Baselga, Partnership and PR Director of the Tech Barcelona. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Delegate. Thank you to the Catalonia Trade and Investment and Berlin Business Association. I cannot pronounce your name in German. I will try next time for sure. Okay. So let me explain briefly what Tech Barcelona is. We are an association representing 1,300 companies, mainly startups and scale-ups. We were born some 10 years ago when local entrepreneurs that by then had certain success were realizing that they weren't connected, and they needed a tool to connect them and connect them with talent, with corporations that were looking for innovation. So they decided to create this association, which is independent, and of course we are an NGO. Okay. And it grew really fast. Okay. In 1 year, 1.5 years, we could see, or they could see, that they needed something else, something beyond an association. And by then they started to look at Kendall Square in Boston, in Cambridge, and they wanted to replicate what was happening there, what was happening in Paris with Station F, what was happening in London by then in Shoreditch. So we get a building here in the Port de Barcelona, 12,000 square meters. We negotiated with them. It's owned by the port, by the way. And we decided that we were going to mark the editorial line of this building, meaning that we were deciding who was getting in the building, and also how we had to dynamize the activities happening in that building. So many years ago, maybe it's a consequence or not, but Barcelona started to appear in all the startup rankings worldwide. Okay, the building was full in only 4 months, so we needed to hire a new one, okay, Pier 03, which is 50 meters from this one, smaller one, okay. The ecosystem started maturing and growing. And some 2 months ago, we decided to open a Pier 07. Until that moment, we were quite agnostic in technology, we were quite agnostic in industries, but we have been talking about the opportunity of verticalizing one of our buildings and dedicating it to healthcare and life sciences. And I think Biocat has explained it very good. Healthcare has become a strategic sector for Catalonia. We have a very mature ecosystem. If you could take a look at the map, you could see that the map is quite fit. Okay, we have startups, scale-ups, we have R&D centers, scientific parks, universities, hospitals, big corporations and big pharma, all the biggest names in the industry, they have presence here in Barcelona. And in the last 5 years, some of them are investing here in Barcelona and are opening their tech and innovation hubs. So something told us that we had to dedicate this building, and that's what it is. Pier 7 is a building located in the city center, okay, where different agents of the innovation ecosystem, they can find them, they can meet, they can put their offices there, organize activities, and find the best solution for their challenges, always from the technology, from Barcelona and with an international projection. Because for us, we consider technology as the driver of change. Okay, so if we go back in time, and I'm trying to remember the day that we opened, I remember some words that the Ministry of Healthcare here in Catalonia was saying. Okay, he remembered that this building was the result of 10-12 years of conversations from visionaries by that time, and those visionaries were the same minister, okay, and some people like Professor Trilla and some others that were looking at Boston by that time. So now today we can say that Kendall Square concept has its space here in Barcelona. We are looking very forward to show the space to you. You're gonna love it. The focus is in any industry related with technological disruption in healthcare, biotech, HealthTech, digital health, eHealth, medical devices, and the project wants to imply entrepreneurs, startups, scale-ups, investors, corporations, healthcare professionals, patients, the regulator, universities, and of course R&D centers to facilitate this transfer to the market. And I'm finishing this project counts on the support and the participation of the Catalan government. Okay, since the very beginning, we were very sure that we wanted to open this project to hospitals, okay, and we wanted to combine efforts with their innovation areas. That is why main hospitals here in Catalonia are participating, and of course we have also the participation of the main public purchaser, Aquas, in the healthcare system. So now we are trying to fill the building, and hopefully in 2-3 months it will be all full again. So maybe we'll have to open up Pier 07.2. I don't know. Let's see. But looking very forward to see you all.
Okay, thank you very much. And now the fourth presentation, Javier Selva. He is the CEO at CataloniaBio and HealthTech.
Thank you very much, Head of Delegation of the Government in Catalonia in Germany. Guten Tag und Dankeschön für alles. Thank you very much for the delegation of the government in Germany. Looking forward also to see you in June, all of you. It will be a pleasure to receive you here in Barcelona. And last but not least, we are really happy to contribute to the Catalan ecosystem together with the 3 other great partners we have here in the region, like Biocat, Barcelona HealthTech, and Tech City. So I will try to be quick and try to share the screen. Let me check if you see it properly, please. Do you see it?
Not.
No, I don't see it.
Take some.
Maybe I can. No, not yet.
No.
Okay. I'll do it without the. Then I'll do it. I know. Let me check right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah. Great.
So I have to.
Now we see it.
But I have to put it like this. Yes, right now it's okay. You see it properly? Okay, thank you very much. Well, who we are? We are a cluster. We are a cluster certified by XCO, by the way, in Catalonia, that we gather transversally more than 210 members. What I mean transversally means that we have members from the biotech, from the medtech, from digital health, and from also from the services side and pharma companies within our association. One of the assets, or the assets from the organization, apart from being transversal, which is, I don't know, sometimes it's a curse or a blessing, but we think it's a blessing more than a curse for sure, is also that we have a high entrepreneur community. More around 55% of our members are entrepreneurs. Also, mostly of our members from the clusters of the community, they or innovate or manufacture within the territory. Therefore, we have an impact within the territory, which is something nice, and we can offer transformative projects in that sense. And also, last but not least, also is that we also represent companies among all the Catalan territory, which is also something that we try also to push forward on that. This is a quick view of the landscape we have here in the association. We have almost 60% of our members are developers of a product, more or less the same percentage in biopharma, medtech, and also we have a small community on digital health compared to other partners, like for example, Tech City or Barcelona. But by the way, it's increasing, which is like a reflection of what we see in the sector indeed. Then we have 40% of our members that are service providers, like CROs, CMOs in terms of scientific services, but also we have a draw of non-scientific services members. That means attorneys, for example, that try to assess legally our entrepreneur community, or also VCs. We have the most well-known venture capitals of the state in the health sector are within our association, by the way. And then we have a final subtype of our members, which is something we really take very much care about them, which are the knowledge generators. Over there, we have three different type of profiles. One would be the universities. Then we also have the research and innovation centers that can be attached or not to the healthcare providers. And the last profile will be the healthcare providers. Okay, so this is more or less what is CataloniaBio and HealthTech. Is, as I said before, is a transversal community. As a good asset in the community. What we do, what we try to do is defend. We try to defend to interest of our members and also promote their interest. We have a really active annual plan of activities. In 2 days, in 2 days we have the Connection Day, which is a big event where we will try to do B2B and partnering, for example. We keep on going with many events during the year, webinars. In 3 axes, we always try to inform our members or capacitate our members or position our members in the life sciences and health sector. For what reason? To be able to boost their competitiveness. If they are able to innovate, if they're able to produce new services, new products, they are more competitive in this global world. The key values, as I said before, innovation, manufacturing within the territory, entrepreneur and network are our key values. And together with our colleagues that have just talked before us, we try to position Catalonia as one of the top health hubs in the world in an inclusive and collaborative manner with other entities, not only at the state level, but also at the European and the international level. So anyone who tries to collaborate with us, our doors are always open for that. Just quickly, these are the 4 focal points or strategic points from the cluster. I will go just quickly among them to just show you a teaser of what we do, more or less. When we try to promote another value cluster, that means that we try to fill in the gaps of those things that are not done by others. Because if any of the other partners of the community does a great job on innovation initiatives or incapacitation initiatives, we try to sum up there. We will try to reinvent things, but what we try to do is things that were not done before. For example, the biomed scale up programs to be able to help the startups in order to scaling up. Lessons learned, that means roundtables within the community where we share knowledge. Sometimes our members are on stage providing the knowledge, and other times they are on the audience receiving it. We go to the hospitals and with the hospital connection, which we try to know which are the medical needs, and we put the companies on that event so that they can find a solution to that needs. Matchmaking events on R&D competitive funds, and also try to capacitate them with the spring schools or on the European projects, and also that we do some kind of informative sessions in terms more transversal aspects like regulatory, legal, or financial that can be really valuable for our members. What else? We also try to grow as a business association sector. We have like 3 main pillars. One is knowledge and innovation. The other one is manufacturing and also entrepreneurs. As I said, entrepreneurship is one of our key assets, and we try to do it in a natural and collaborative way in many working groups. We're really in contact with Biocat because we're in the board of trustees and really happy to be there. And in many other groups also that we tend to collaborate, like the Commerce Cambra de Barcelona, which is the Chamber of Commerce Barcelona, or many others also within the administration. What else? We strive to strengthen the community. As I said before, we have many activities. We have like 2 or 3 big events, La Nit de CataloniaBio, the night of CataloniaBio, a gala dinner with more than 340 members or persons from the life science sector. Then we do another one in summer. So if you're coming on June, you will not see it. But if you want to go back in July, we have the barbecue with more than 400 members over there. And as we thought we didn't have enough, as I said, in 2 days we do the connection day with B2B, part of showroom also where the companies can show little demos of what they do. And then we have smaller talks for like a CEO Council or other kind of programs. And also, like the last point that we try to do strategically is we try to project what our companies do to what society. We are happy contributors in the second row on the Biocat or the bioregion report that Biocat leads, which is great. If you want to see an overview of what the Catalan ecosystem is, I really recommend you the report. And also we do our small study on the investments on the health and life sciences sector together with EY that we will present in 2 days in this connection day, and tries to sum up to that report on the Catalan region. And then last but not least, also what we try to do is try to project or help our companies to be present in the main conferences and congresses, Mobile, CPHI, Bio Europe, or Medica in the medical technology side. And the last slide I wanted to show you is the positive impact on the cluster policy here in Catalonia. Catalonia has been betting for the cluster policy almost like 30 years. And at the end, what we have seen is that the members from the clusters really push forward much more than the other members that are, or companies that are not in the cluster. And you can see here, sorry, because it's in Catalan more, yeah, but what you can see is that these are the members from the clusters, okay, on the pink row, and on the gray one are those members or those companies from the life science sector that are not in the cluster. The variation on the revenues is this one for the ones within the cluster, 37.1 and 8.9 in the period of 2017-2019 for those which are not in the cluster. And the same happens with the increase of the workforce, or with the EBITDA, or with the exportations, or also with the genesis of small SMEs on the innovation side. So all the factors really conclude that being within the cluster really pushes forward you in those parameters. And that was all from my side. I think I'll try to stop sharing. Tell me you said that properly. Yes.
Yes.
So if there's any question, happy to answer afterwards. Thank you very much.